Let's get started. Start with listening, and then learn new words and practice them in sentences.
Have you ever found yourself struggling to express your opinions in English? It's a common situation, but a crucial skill to master, particularly for those of us who use English in our daily interactions. Being able to express and support your opinions in English is more than just about making a point. It's about engaging in meaningful conversations, participating in lively debates, and even acing those writing tasks. It's about making your voice heard and ensuring your ideas are understood and respected. Imagine being able to confidently say, "In my opinion," or "I strongly believe," and to back up your views with sound reasoning, compelling examples, and solid evidence. That's the power of expressing and supporting your opinions effectively. This skill not only boosts your English proficiency, but also equips you with a tool that's invaluable in personal, academic, and professional situations. By the end of this video, you will be able to express your thoughts clearly and persuasively in English. So how do we begin expressing our opinions in English? Let's start with a few basic phrases that you can use to share your thoughts. First off, we have "I think." This is probably the most common way to express an opinion. For example, "I think this movie is fantastic." Simple, isn't it? You just say "I think" followed by what you believe. Next up, we have "I believe." This is a slightly stronger way of expressing your opinion. For instance, "I believe that everyone should have access to quality education." It's a more assertive way to put forth your view, and it's often used when you're talking about something you feel strongly about. Then we have the phrase "in my opinion." This one is a bit more formal, and it's often used in written English or in more structured conversations. You can use it at the beginning or end of a sentence. For example, "In my opinion, pizza is the best food ever," or "Pizza is the best food ever, in my opinion." Now, these are some of the basic phrases, but there are other ways to express your opinion too. You can say "I feel" or "I reckon." For instance, "I feel that we should do more to combat climate change." Or, "I reckon this is the best route to take." You can also use "it seems to me," or "I'm under the impression that." These phrases are great when you want to express an opinion based on your observation or understanding. For example, "It seems to me that this plan will work," or "I'm under the impression that he's not happy with the decision." So there you have it, a handful of phrases to help you express your opinions in English. Remember, practice is key. The more you use these phrases, the more comfortable you'll get with them. Remember, these are just the basics. Let's delve deeper into more complex structures. Ready to take your opinion expressions to the next level? We're about to delve into more complex phrases that will make your viewpoint sound not just assertive, but refined and well thought out. Let's start with "from my perspective." This phrase shows that you're speaking from your own viewpoint and that you acknowledge other perspectives may exist. For example, "From my perspective, remote work has more benefits than drawbacks." Here, you're expressing your opinion on a debatable topic, but also leaving room for others to disagree. Next up, we have "I'm convinced that." This phrase is used when you feel strongly about something and you've given it a lot of thought. For instance, "I'm convinced that reading books is a better way to learn than watching videos." This sentence conveys that you have concrete reasons for your belief, and you're not just making a casual assertion. Another powerful phrase is "it seems to me that." This is a softer way of expressing your opinion, perfect for when you want to be diplomatic or polite. For example, "It seems to me that our city needs to invest more in public transportation." Here, you're expressing your opinion about a public issue in a non-confrontational way. Let's not forget, "I tend to think that." This phrase implies a long-held belief or a general tendency in your thinking. For instance, "I tend to think that homemade meals are healthier than restaurant food." With this phrase, you're suggesting a pattern in your thought process, adding weight to your opinion. Lastly, "as far as I'm concerned" is a phrase that clearly marks the boundary between your opinion and others. For example, "as far as I'm concerned, physical exercise is as important as mental exercise." This phrase is assertive yet respectful, allowing you to strongly state your opinion without dismissing others. With these advanced phrases, your opinions will sound more sophisticated and nuanced. Remember, the key is to use them wisely and in the right context to ensure your viewpoints are not just heard, but respected and considered. Now that we know how to express our opinions, how do we support them? That's what we'll explore in this segment. Firstly, let's understand why it's crucial to back up our opinions. When we share an opinion, we're putting forward a viewpoint, But without reasons, examples, or evidence, it's just a statement hanging in the air. To make our opinion persuasive and credible, we need to fortify it with support. So, how do we go about this? Let's start with reasons. Say your opinion is, I strongly believe that reading is more beneficial than watching TV. To back this up, you could provide reasons like, reading improves vocabulary, enhances imagination, and increases knowledge. Next, we have examples. These are specific instances that support your reasons. For example, studies have shown that people who read regularly have a larger vocabulary than those who primarily watch TV. Lastly, we have evidence. This is solid proof that validates your opinion. It could be scientific research, statistical data, or expert testimony. For instance, according to a study by the University of California, regular readers show significantly higher cognitive function than non-readers. Now, let's talk about structuring an argument logically. A well-structured argument follows a clear path from the statement of your opinion through your reasons and examples to your conclusion. You might begin with your opinion, followed by a general reason. Then, illustrate that reason with a specific example, and finally, provide evidence to substantiate your claim. This structure makes it easy for your listener or reader to follow your thought process and understand why you hold the opinion you do. Let's revisit our example about reading. You could structure your argument like this. I strongly believe that reading is more beneficial than watching TV because it improves vocabulary. For example, studies have shown that people who read regularly have a larger vocabulary than those who primarily watch TV. This is further supported by a study from the University of California showing higher cognitive function in regular readers. Remember, a well-supported opinion is always more persuasive. Let's recap what we've learned today. We started off by understanding the importance of expressing opinions. We then moved on to basic phrases for conveying your thoughts, such as, in my opinion, or I believe. We didn't stop there, though. We also delved into advanced phrases that can add a touch of sophistication to your speech, like, from my perspective, or I'm convinced that. Afterwards, we explored techniques for structuring and supporting your opinions. We looked at how to logically present your arguments and how to back them up with reasons, examples, and evidence. That's quite a lot we've covered, isn't it? Now here's the fun part. It's time to put all this knowledge into practice. Try using these phrases and techniques in your daily conversations or when writing in English. Remember, the key to mastering any language is practice. Keep practicing, and soon you'll be expressing your opinions in English with confidence and ease.
Let's learn new words and practice English at level B2. Perspective, a particular attitude or way of viewing something. Example, sharing your perspective can help others understand why you feel the way you do. Justify, to provide reasons or explanations for something. Example, when expressing a strong opinion, it's important to justify your views with clear arguments or examples. Assert, to state a fact or belief confidently and forcefully. Example, you can assert your opinion by saying, I strongly believe that, to make your stance clear. Counter-argument, an argument presented to oppose or refute another argument. Example, when discussing opinions, offering a counter-argument shows that you understand both sides of the issue. Subjective, based on personal feelings, tastes, or opinions rather than facts. Example, it's good to recognize when your opinion is subjective and based on personal experience rather than objective data.